Hello everyone and welcome back to Sudden Wealth. As I promised guys, today is the day. I'm back to full outfit. So thank you very much for bearing with me over this past month or so. Everything is now 100%. So from now on, everything will be normal. By the way guys, if you do enjoy the content, please drop that like and subscribe. It greatly helps the channel. So thank you very much for your support. Now today I wanted to bring up something in which I focused a lot my channel in the beginning, which was AMC. Now, for those of you who recall, and this will intertwine with the current environment, if you recall, when AMC was around $15 or something, meaning $150 before the reverse stock split, I said, well, based on the financials of the company, based on where the company is going, do not listen to these YouTubers out there saying that a squeeze is imminent and this is going to happen and that's going to happen. I told you, expect share dilution and share dilution and share dilution and share dilution some more. I did lose a lot of subscribers during that period because people were really pissed off at me. And I said, you're not paying attention. You see, if you look at the status of the company, they can no longer go into more debt and they are losing money every quarter, which means that the only way out to survive, to keep afloat, is to share dilution, issue shares, live off the blood of the apes, which is exactly what they've done. And now the stock is around 30 cents versus the $15 period that I discussed, or $30 if you consider the reverse stock split compared to the $150 with the reverse stock split. And in my opinion, unless something dramatically changes in the company, this will keep on going until dilution is no longer possible and they will negotiate a form of bankruptcy, or they're going to be acquired by pennies on the dollar by another company. And that's it. And the apes will get completely annihilated. So that is my view. That is what I think is going to happen. I'm not telling you what to do. I've never told you what to do. I just said, look, based on what I'm seeing, this is what's going to happen. You see, at the same time, all the YouTubers were pumping AMC to you. We're telling you, oh, AMC is going to squeeze because of this and that, and the short interest is 9,000%, and the corruption will end, and the Gary Gensler will do this, and these guys are meeting in secret, and those other guys are doing whatever what. And I was saying, yeah, look, those sound a lot like Peter Pan stories. And unfortunately, everything that I said was going to happen happened. So, but what happened to these YouTubers? Well, they got more views and subscribers than ever before. Some of them keep producing the same videos they were doing at the time, like nothing has happened. Others try to ask for super chats for casinos, and others are also focusing on, the former DWOC DJT, and others moved to crypto. Others, just deleted the channels. Whatever the case may be, pick your poison. At the end of the day, whatever information they were telling you, they are now completely destroyed. And this applies, by the way, not only to these clownish YouTubers, but also to the financial experts. You see, I just watched an interview with Harry Dent, where he's again saying that in a few months we're going to have this huge crash and real estate will drop by 50% and Bitcoin will go to $3,000 and the stock market will go down 90%. Basically, the exact same thing is said in 2021, 2022, 2023, and now 2024, and I'm sure 2025. Let's keep on going the same thing. And I've seen this amazing thing, which was Peter Schiff celebrating that in Q2, which by the way started last week, gold was outperforming Bitcoin. Now, of course, if you just look at this year, Bitcoin has dramatically outperformed Bitcoin. If you look at the last almost any time frame, Bitcoin greatly outperformed gold. However, this is where we are now. So he's now picking a 3-day time window in which gold outperformed, but he's supposed to be a long-term value investor. But this is the state of YouTube now, and the state of the financial experts and all of this crap. And the reason why I'm addressing this is DWOC and DJT had a massive run. But once again, the fundamentals of this company are non-existent. It's all about the hype around the election and Donald Trump. Now, can you make a lot of money in this? Sure. Can this stock go much higher from here? Sure. I mean, I actually think if Trump keeps on doing very well in the polls and he starts to beat Biden, etc., I think that the stock will do very well. But you need to understand something. One day, the floor will be taken out of that stock, and that stock will collapse completely. And unfortunately, the majority of people will lose money. So when you engage in stocks like this, you need to understand that you're playing a very dangerous game in which very few win and a lot of people win, and a lot of people lose. The great vast majority of people lose. And typically, the role that the financial YouTubers have is to convince you to hold on to the stock while they themselves sell it. That's their number one job, is to keep you buying it while they sell it at the same time. And if they can leverage their audience into getting some sponsorships and member fees and referral links and all of this crap, even better. So keep this in mind, because I do believe there's going to be a lot of noise around that stock going forward, because it's one of the darling of the meme stocks. And people could say, oh, but Southernmouth, I just listened to you talking about meme coins. Say yes. I tried to identify a narrative before it happened, which I did. I deployed a little bit of money, which I did. And all of those coins, with the exception of Brett on Ethereum, have exploded. Particularly Yandy, because I got in at like $1.8 million market cap, and it's now 80 million. What did I say? Try to predict the narrative, and on crypto, a lot of things can go up at the same time. And then I am shaving off profits as we hit certain price targets. Now, does this sound like anything like the other YouTubers say? Or do they try to tell you that DJT will go to $500, hold for gold, diamond balls, all of this kind of stuff? And when do they talk about it? Usually after the pump. I talked about all my lottery tickets, with the exception of D-Lands, to be seen what's going to happen with that one. But basically all of them are up massively. Just on Andy, I've made my lottery tickets back, plus profits to be rotated to post-chain, plus hard cash profit. I've had it all. And I've called it right before it happened. A few weeks before it happened. Not after the pump. After the pump, it's very easy. And what I'm trying to say is the best way that I see people to do well in the future is to educate themselves. Is try to understand that these people are trying to build a community in order to basically live off them and create sources of passive income. You see, these people, they start to get some money in the bull market, okay? And they all buy the same books. How to manage wealth, all of a sudden I have money, how to do it. And all the messages in these books revolve around building passive sources of passive income, which is what they do. But you are their source of passive income. That is the part that they don't tell you, of course. How many times have you seen videos from influencers like this on crypto? If you bought $100 of this coin on day Y, you now have $100,000. How many times have you seen this? Many times, right? Why hasn't that YouTuber talk about it at the time? You see, he is very good at talking about it, and I think all of you should know who I'm talking about here. He's very good about talking about coins that are already pumped 200x, 20x, 50x, whatever. And then what he does, very interestingly, he makes these 40-minute videos in which he talks about 10, 12 different coins. And he does this on a regular basis. So by the end of the month, he has talked about 120, 150 coins. And what he's trying to do is hit one that goes up, let's say 20x. And then what he's going to do is he's going to bring some shorts and say, I talked to you on this coin on this day when the price was this, and now it's 20x more expensive. Join my course, buy my stuff, by my private trading group, and you'll be aware. Of course, in the bull market of crypto, if I come here and I drop you 10 coins every day, I'm going to be right on one. But do you have $100 to put on 10 coins per day? Probably not. And will you know exactly when to sell? Will you sell the winners and keep the losers? Are you sure you're not going to do that? See, because they don't tell you anything about it. They just say, if you bought this coin at with $100, you now would be a millionaire, for example. Right? They're trying to play off your grid. They're trying to play of your ambition, of your desperation. You see, what I usually say is the sweet spot of crypto is cycle 1 coins, so coins that didn't exist in the previous cycle, and cycle 2 narratives. Why? Because the cycle 2 narratives, there are some exceptions, but most of them don't pump 1000x or 10,000x or 500x, but they pump 50, 75x. If you build a long and strong enough position, you don't need 1000x. And the probability that they will do well is actually quite high. So in that sense, you're doing a much safer bet, and in my view, and then I deploy more money in order to not need a 500x to be successful. And then, what do I say during the bear market? I'm going to try to find the narratives of this cycle and see if I can get some unicorns. So far, I may have hit one, which is Andy and the Pepe Universe coins. So Andy, Brett, Wolf. Will I be right? I don't know. By the way, somebody asked me how to get into Pandy. Now, Pandy, which is apparently a developer of Andy, came out with a coin which is the fusion between Pepe and Andy. And the initial market cap of that coin is going to be 10K. And there's not going to be tax, LP is going to be renounced, all of that. The contract will be renounced, LP will be burnt, the whole 5 yards. It's going to go live on Thursday at 3 p.m. UTC time. Now, will it do 1000x? Will it be rug pulled? Will it go to zero? Will it go down 90%? I don't know. I'm willing to bet $500. If I'm right, maybe I get 50,000 or 5,000. If I'm wrong, I lost $500. Not a big deal. See, that's the point. This is why people get it wrong. I'm not saying sell Pulse Chain and PulseX and go into these coins. No, I haven't done it. I keep my core coins untouched, and then I try to catch the narrative of the cycle, and I try to do well on it. And I cannot tell you what to do, guys, so this is really up to you. I wouldn't spend $5,000 in mastermind courses, in mastermind groups, in trade like me, build their portfolio just like me, have access to my special picks. Look, it's very simple. If a YouTuber is as successful as he pretends to be, he doesn't need your money. Notice that I don't charge you for anything. Notice that I've been predicting a lot of things very, very different from the great majority of people, and almost all of them have been correct. And I charge no money for it because I don't need it. So you should ask yourself, why does a person that makes, you see, because in many times in these coins, there's not even a lot of liquidity in them, which means that they shouldn't be interested in you getting like millions of dollars, because then you can dump on their heads. See what I mean? So why would they teach you that? If they can predict all of this so well, like they pretend to do, they can get, I take $500, I put it here, there, the other. I just made 5 million. I'm retired. That's it. I'm such a genius. I don't need. Why does he need your $200 a month? Why does he need your $10 a month? Why does he need your $5,000 a year? If he makes millions, why? It's like saying, I have this secret, that I make so much money in crypto, it's crazy. But if you pay me a coffee, no, I'll tell you what it is. You get what? So you'll disclose something so valuable that potentially will affect your ability to, arbitrage the system in your favor. And you're willing to do it for $10 a month? Why don't you keep it quiet and you try to roll it out as long as you can? Or if you're already so millionaire from it, such a big, successful guy, why don't you disclose it for free? Right? In any case, guys, I digress a little bit here, but I think the message is clear. So thank you very much for your support, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. I'll be traveling next week, Tuesday to Thursday. I will be recording from someplace else, so I will need to revert back to my temporary setup that I just had. But other than that, I'm only going to travel then in May and once in June. That's about it until August. So thank you very much for your time, guys. Don't forget, drop that like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.